Hello, this is Pixie doing another video, and just some other developments. So I mentioned I did a salt flush, and there's little really known about the Epsom salts. Now the sulfates cause the body in high levels to basically to have diarrhea, so you just clear out your bowels because you flush out. But the magnesium is used in over 100 different biological mechanisms. There's 60% of magnesium is stored in your bones. It's really an essential. I think it's probably the fourth most essential mineral in your body. I read somewhere. Now most people would say, yeah, you get it from milk, but possibly a more natural source of magnesium, because the concentration will be high, and there's usually issues with milk. Now, if I had it at a low level, you could probably get away. I turn the lights on better. You can probably get away with putting it into milk, possibly like goat's milk. You probably disguise the flavour. It might taste a bit weird if you put too much in it, but you could have a small amount. It wouldn't be a problem. It's quite fascinating though, because as a natural source, and if you can get it into your body, it'll improve it. Now I've noticed as well that with doing the OMAD, at first I was losing weight, now I seem to be putting it on even though I'm only eating one meal a day, which is really weird. Now, I'm not eating massive meals either, so my body is adapted to it, or it's retaining more water, and that could be to do with the general salt flush, or it could be that my body's actually increasing in density. Also, magnesium is held within the muscles as well, and other tissues, and it can do RNA and DNA repair. I mean, basically, with the RNA, that would be connected to your mitochondrials. Your DNA is main deoxyribonucleic acid is your main DNA, and that controls your cell structures and functions. So it might be worth doing it. I might give myself a bit of a clear out tonight with it, depending on what time I finish. Maybe sort of like a 4-hour window or something. So I'll be back sort of, I don't know, maybe 9 o'clock. At maximum, I'm probably going to bed by 12. But I might do the cleanse, and I might just add a little bit of Himalayan salt, just to take the flavour of the Epsom, because once you add the sodium into it, compounds from the Himalayan, it takes away that taste, because it's very, the sulfites are quite easy to taste. It tastes a bit gross, and they're very good cleansing, but that's what they do. That's why you have like sulphur baths, and you can use volcanic mud and stuff like that. So sulfates are slightly different to that, but similar. So it would be an interesting experiment. And then I need to look at my weight, and do I gain any weight? And then I was also thinking, if you want to lose weight, maybe it's water retention as well. So even though it's hot weather, there's a different type of water fast. Possibly you could do an OMAD water fast, and then what you'll be doing, you won't be having water, but you may get some water from your food. So it's minimalistic on the water. But you're probably having some more food with that's it has some water, but not a lot. Like if I have boiled eggs, for example, they probably do have some water in them. However, they're not really a source of a great source of fluids. So they're kind of I wouldn't really call them wet foods. That's a classification. So they won't trigger anything where I'm having loads of water. I'm still going to need to get water from basically still need to siphon it out from my fats when they get broken down, which would be quite an interesting process. So yeah, it'd be interesting. So it's a new kind of dry fast. So I'm allowed to eat foods, but I'm eating dry foods. I'm not having anything that takes water out of me, but I'm having foods that don't. They're kind of 50-50. They're moist. So if I had like a steak, for example, or if I used the Foreman grill and it drained off any extra juice, because things like bacon can be quite juicy. but they've also got a lot of salt in them anyway, so it kind of counterbalance each other. You know, like could have salmon steaks or something, or tuna. There's a moisture in the food, but it's not really classification. Really, sort of, it's slightly wet food. So we kind of put it on the moisture platform. And if I'm doing that as a nomad, I say I have some tuna. I eat loads of tuna for my meal, 1 meal a day. I don't know why I would be eating tuna, but I'm not adding other things into it to make it wetter, like mayonnaise and other things. So I had boiled eggs and I had some tuna. Then my body would have to produce the extra water to digest it and process it, and that would come from my fats. And I'm thinking that possibly I could test the theory if the salt flush has increased my absorption of water at the moment. Look at the sun, it's amazing. It's fine to look at it at this point because it's all sort of red now. Don't make you wait. So it's going to be interesting. I'll play around with that idea and see what happens, and also the magnesium, Epsom Salt flush. I may try tonight, like I say, and my idea is try to get the magnesium. I have been feeling a bit stronger, but that could be the human growth hormone. So ally that with certain minerals. So you can have a fast, but maybe you need to mineral up, basically, because the body may be doing things it couldn't do with a high level of insulin, like bone repair. So I've come across something saying about teeth getting repaired on a dry fast, because the dry fast is linking into the mitochondrial activity and the DNA, and it's regenerating, and it means it's regenerating tissue. It's like it's seeing an issue with the organ. Come on, car, that's it. And it's causing that repair. So I mentioned previously about sort of like genetic health, and they talk about it, but we're not really activating it. And I think people that may have some damaged DNA, the magnesium would help to fix that and allow the body will replicate and heal itself, and the DNA can heal itself. It's not a problem. It's when it gets too damaged that you can be more prone to different types of cancers. But then with your autophagy, you can repair that. So, you know, it's a waste of money, all this stuff. I hate to say it, and they would hate me to say it as well, on some of this stuff to do with the C word, and some of these charities around the C word and about beating the C word. What are they beating it? Making a cure? What are they doing? I don't understand. How are they beating it? I don't see the evidence for the research. The evidence is already there. So autophagy can make a massive difference. You don't need to cut bits out of people. But that's the problem. Money is corrupting people's focus, and it's destroying society slowly, bit by bit. And it might sound sort of crazy ideas and stuff. It's because when you start making loads of money on it, you become lazy. It's a bit like greed. So if I keep stuffing food in someone's face, after a while they sort of give up wanting to do anything else but just bloody feed all the time. And that's what these people are doing. They're making loads of money out of some research that they realised it's like a black hole, because we could just follow it and keep on sort of chipping away at it. You know, just pushing more products like, yeah, get sunscreen, yeah, that protects you against the sea, and the sun is the same anywhere you go. No, it's not actually. The frequency of the sun's different depending on where it is in position to the earth, and there's other things like your skin types, and there's also, come back to our genetic autophagy and how your body repairs itself. I met a gentleman today, and he's very dark skinned, but he said he suffers from sunburn, which is probably even harder because he can't even see it because it blends in with his skin, but his skin's quite dark. So it's you know, problematic for him really. But there's an indication of some genetic default there, because he should be more resistant to the heat. But however, our skin all operates differently. I mean, this is why we have paler skin in places like UK. I mean, we should have more forest and so on. However, our body reflects a lot of the sunlight until it becomes damaged, and then the heat penetrates it because we have less layers of skin as well. I mean, I just find my skin peels off, to be honest, when it starts to get burnt up. So it's like having a chemically stripped. So that's it, really, you know. Anyway, this is Pixie signing off, and I will speak to you soon.